Once the frames in the boxes are 2/3 capped, then we as beekeepers know that the bees have ripened the honey, and ripening is a trade term, meaning the removal of excess moisture. We will then go to the field, put on a bee escape, put the honey above the bee escape, and the bees will leave the honey in warm weather between 3 and 5 days, and in cold weather 5 to 10 days. And we can then go in the evening, bring the honey home, and then we place it in the heat room. The heat room is kept between 85 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit with a fan to circulate the air to keep the honey warm, so that when it's extracted, most of the honey will then flow out of the frames. The honey is then taken on a pallet 6 high and put on the pallet lifter. Each frame is then removed from the box and put into the machine that uncaps it. As the machine is filled and each of the frames is uncapped, it falls into a drip rack. Now there's another person there with a capping scratcher, and the capping scratcher removes any of the cap that is too low for the knives to remove. Then it moves along, and once we have 28 frames that are ready to go into the extractor is open and locked in place, the spinner basket is locked in place, and then the operator takes 14 frames per time. As they're pushing in the 14 empty frames are pushed out onto another rack. It's spun in there for between 7 and 10 minutes to make sure as much of the honey is removed from the frames as possible. After that, the frames are then placed in boxes that have been cleaned and scraped by another person, so that we can capture, first of all, the propolis that is in there, as well as then when I take the frames and the boxes to the field, it's very easy for me to adjust the frames in the boxes. As the frame is uncapped, the wax and the honey fall into what we call a spinner called a Whirl Drive. And this goes at a very fast speed and removes as much of the honey from the wax. That piece of equipment is cleaned out 2 to 3 times per day so that we try to recapture as much of the honey as we possibly can. The wax is then utilized either in cosmetics or candles here at the farm.